Welcome to the first episode of Eat Like a Champion. I'm Andrew Ty, the head cook here and the facility manager at CLG. This show is to feature dishes inspired by the champions of League of Legends. To my right is a man who needs no introduction, Vincent Biofrost Wang.
Hey guys.
So the champion that we've picked today for this inspired dish is Thresh, a champion that Vincent's definitely known for.
Off, I said at the start. Oh wait, he got out of there! Biofrost, you god!
What a delightful agony we shall inflict.
The idea of threshing in culinary terms is when you're removing the hull or the husk from a seed or a grain. Thresh champion, he's known for harvesting the souls, right? And so you could relate that just to the idea of removing the seed or the grain from a husk or a hull. So to start, we're just gonna start cooking our bulgur and get that cracked in the rice cooker. So I'm gonna use my measure here. I've got some cracked bulgur here. So I'm gonna put this into my rice cooker. And there it goes. So I have this nice tail and loin, which has been cleaned up from the bloodline and everything like that. So we'll go ahead, we'll get one steak cut. We're just gonna drive it through.
Do I just go?
Yeah, so it's just something to keep in mind is the angle of your blade, the direction. Keep those fingers folded back just like you're doing.
Okay.
And be very deliberate. You wanna see the bottom of the meat and straight through, yep. So now we've got our 4 little steaks there. Tuna steaks drying after they've been cut so beautifully by Vincent. We've got our bulgur wheat going, which is the basis of our salad. We can assemble the rest of the components of the salad. The cucumbers, we're using the garden style cucumber today. Tomatoes, we're just gonna make sure we get those nice and fine. The major component of a Tabouli salad is actually parsley, so we're gonna be picking all these flowers and chopping them up fine, so that's gonna be fun for you. What do you think about the ingredients that we've shown you so far? Is there anything you're unfamiliar with that you haven't really worked with before?
I don't know, it seems easy enough, like, it seems like a beginner thing.
Well, we're gonna make it real easy. So let's start processing this. So we're just gonna peel our slightly waxy cucumber into our bin that we have down here. We're gonna cut off the ends, like so.
Okay.
At this point, I'm gonna cut it down the center. I'm gonna use a spoon just to remove the seeds by carving into the inside. Now I'm gonna try and do a small dice so it looks nice in the salad. So what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna cut down the center here. And that divides this up into 2 pieces here. I'm gonna cut this piece in half, this in half, this one in half. If you wanna give it a try, you can either start here or start there, it's up to you. Just really watch your fingers. Good, I might have some days off.
Oh, hell no.
I'll go play support. Be Sheen Sona. Next, we're gonna be working on tomato. Let's say I'm doing a thickness like that, right? So when I'm doing this thickness, I'm trying to match that same thickness this way. So considering that this is all, inspired by Thresh, what made you gravitate towards that character? I know you were really known for that before you started going pro and this.
When the champion first came out, it was like super broken, so I just really liked playing it. I ended up one-tricking the champion, and I just really liked it because it gave me wins. Anytime
I get a hook or something, I always want to follow it up. So
yeah.
What are some of the tips to know, your limit management, I guess? Like what can you get away with?
A lot of the times actually I almost never go in unless it's like a 2v2 all in and I know we're just gonna go. If you're going in with your hook, that means you're probably not gonna get out.
Right.
Right?
You're committed to that.
Yeah, you're really committed.
One of the major features of Tabouli salad is parsley, but when you have all these leaves, you're left with all these stems. So this is like 25% leaf and 75% of what we don't want, so we're just gonna pick flowers.
We actually need this much. That's insane.
Yeah, I mean, this is all gonna break down. I mean, it's very fluffy, right?
Where are we grinding it up?
A little elbow grease, Vincent. We're gonna chop it.
Oh.
We're gonna chop all of this. You hear that crunch? That's all those layers of parsley being crunch, crunch, crunch. Again, you're gonna start with it scrunched up, right? You're gonna just kind of fold everything over. You come in with the knife. You just kind of blast through that, right? So, there you can see all the nice green. So to this, we're gonna add our bulgur to this. So we want to keep our ratio to about 50% bulgur and about 50% parsley. We're gonna add our cucumbers to that. This is what we cut. I cut a little bit too many tomatoes, so maybe just about that much. So what we're gonna do is what's called a chiffonade on mint. It's a way that you can keep your herbs looking really uniform and beautiful. Who do you think is some of the best and worst champions either to pick Thresh into Or, you know, like what's one of the worst champions to have like picked against your Thresh?
A lot of people see Morgana as like a counter to Thresh. I think that you
Is
can.
that because of the Black Shield or because of her binding?
It's just because of her like kit in general, mainly her Black Shield, of course.
Right,
but
right.
you can actually win that matchup depending on what AD carry you have. If you have the stronger AD carry, you can actually beat Morgana.
I feel like you've done this before. You're already doing exactly the process of a
No,
shift
I just have like
Is that like some
OCD.
OCD? So actually, he did nail it though. We're gonna start stacking our leaves one by one. So from here, you could either fold it this way or you could fold it long ways. It doesn't really matter, but for you, I'd probably go long ways. See how you just go all the way down? Yeah, so you're just gonna go right straight through. You're gonna focus on the distance between each slice. But now we need something to put over the salad, right? Every salad has a dressing. So we're gonna make the dressing for the salad, which is really easy. So we're gonna start by getting our lemons juiced. What do you think the best way to juice a lemon is?
Well, normally I would just cut it like this.
Right, and a lot of people think that. They cut it right through the middle, but you can actually get more juice out of your lemon if you cut it a different way. So the way that I was always taught to cut a lemon is actually this side first, this side second, and these things are gonna give good juice. You wanna juice that side? You really wanna make sure you get all that good juice out. You don't wanna waste any of the pulp. Then we're left with this kind of weird looking oblong piece. We're just gonna cut that one down the middle. And that's actually the best way to get juice out of your lemon, the most juice out of your lemon. What's that, 3/4 of a cup of lemon juice there. So from here, we're just gonna get some green onions, a cup chopped maybe to start. We have our blender here. So this, we're gonna go green onions straight in. All of that in. We're gonna try and bring this up about 3 times that of oil. Hit this with a couple pulses. And from here, we're just gonna let it go. We're gonna put it on low. Right on, so now that we've got our salad started and our dressing ready to go around the salad, we're gonna start searing the tuna steaks. We're gonna get oil in our pan and let that heat up until it's smoking hot. Grab our 2 nicest steaks and we're gonna put them in just one side. We don't want it crunchy all the way around the outside, we're just gonna do one side of it. So we can see that this is starting to smoke, right? So it's screaming hot. So really delicately, I'm gonna grab these and we're gonna sear it the cornmeal side down first. It's gonna scream a little bit. What's nice about tuna too is it actually has like a timer built in. So if you see here, you can actually see the heat climbing up the side of the tuna, right? And so we wanna stop that about 1/4, maybe just that a little bit before halfway. So a little, you know, a minute, minute and a half, we're gonna flip it into the hot area of the pan. You can see like now this, the cornmeal has like crusted and that's gonna give us a nice crunch and season and taste on one side. We're just gonna put these on a surface to rest, a nice cool surface. And those will rest until we're ready to plate. All right, so now we're just gonna get our little small salad that goes around the Tabouli salad ready. This is just a really typical standard burger leaf lettuce. We're gonna cut off, you know, the stem there. And from here, we're gonna do a chiffonade. For this salad, we're just doing it really, really simple. You always want to dress and season as you go, so a little bit of salt, just some pepper, a touch of it, maybe a little more salt, and then just some light olive oil. We're gonna dress it with some of our dressing from the Vitamix. We don't want this sopping wet, but we want it covered.
No.
So I was gonna let you like stay clean, but I really think you should just get in there. And so we really want the bulgur to be separated with the oil, the dressing around the grains. So you want to break up those chunks of bulgur. They tend to like to stick together because they're so starchy, right? Is there any like really memorable moments?
Well, the first time I played Thresh in competitive, actually, before that time, there's just like whispers like, oh, maybe Biofrost was gonna play Thresh. Like he's a Thresh one trick, but I never played it, and I was actually too nervous because when everyone like hypes up something, you just get really nervous and you don't want to play anymore. But I think I ended up playing pretty well that match.
We got our 2 tuna steaks here, ready to go, that have cooled and rested nicely. So now plating, we're gonna do a nice nest of this here, straight in the center. We're just gonna grab a handful of your tabouli, light hand, and you're gonna go straight in the center and try and go high on it, okay? So you're gonna build this up. Now we're gonna do our final bit of garnish. We're gonna toss this a bit. And again, just like we did with the tabouli salad where we were trying to get some height on it, we're trying to get some height here, okay? So you're trying to go high instead of just, yeah. Beautiful, man. So there you got, you know, a traditional Tabouli salad served with a cornmeal dusted tuna steak. All right, let's dig in.
Okay.
You know, you've still got this slight bit of red through the center. A little bit of the crunch on the outside. I think that's a winner.
The tuna is nice. Ideally, what this would have been was, I went through this experience and, you know, I had like an epiphany, like, oh, I'm gonna start cooking for myself. That's probably not gonna happen. This is probably still gonna stay how I've always been, but I think it's fine. Like, if I kept doing this a couple times, I could get the hang of it. But, well, thank you for this amazing dish, Andrew. I really enjoyed it.
No problem, man. My pleasure.
Well, that's it for our champion-inspired dish from Thresh. And if you guys like this recipe, we're gonna have the recipe down below. And make sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe. We're gonna have videos like this in the future, I'm sure. And if you enjoyed it, then come back for more.